In the intricate dance of US politics, where power often feels entrenched and narratives are meticulously spun, a familiar yet unconventional figure has re-entered the spotlight: Jon Stewart. His return to late-night television in a presidential election year wasn't just a nostalgic trip. It immediately reignited conversations about his unique political voice, and for some even sparked whispers about his potential as a Democratic leader. But beyond the laughs and the sharp critiques, what does industrial organizational psychology tell us about his appeal, his style, and whether a fake newsman could genuinely lead a major political party? Before we dissect the psychological profile of this improbable political figure, do us a favor: hit that like button. If you're intrigued by the idea of an unconventional leader, drop a comment below with your initial thoughts on Jon Stewart's political role. And of course, subscribe to ioMatterz so you don't miss our next deep dive into the human mind behind power. Jon Stewart, after a hiatus, is back on The Daily Show, plunging headfirst into the political fray of the 2024 election cycle. He's not just a comedian anymore. He's a vocal advocate, a sharp critic of both political parties, and a figure consistently ranked as one of America's most trusted. His recent involvement has included incisive commentary on the current presidential candidates, pointed critiques of media narratives, and a long-standing, tireless advocacy for causes like 9/11 first responders and war veterans' health benefits, an effort that was instrumental in passing critical legislation like the PACT Act. This isn't just a personality, it's a proven track record of engagement, but what are the psychological underpinnings that make him a compelling, if unlikely, candidate for political leadership? Firstly, Stewart embodies aspects of charismatic leadership. He possesses a captivating persona, an ability to articulate complex issues with clarity, and a passion that resonates deeply with audiences. Crucially, his humor and self-proclaimed fake newsman status paradoxically enhance his authenticity. In a political landscape often perceived as disingenuous, Stewart's willingness to expose hypocrisy, even his own, fosters a profound sense of trust. This isn't just about impression management in the traditional sense of crafting a perfect image. It's about leveraging perceived transparency and relatability, which is a powerful form of influence in itself. You know, Jon Stewart's consistent ranking as a most trusted newscaster, even though he was running a comedy show, really speaks volumes about his unique ability to build credibility. I mean, he used satire not just for laughs, but as a scalpel to dissect political absurdities and media failures. By relentlessly highlighting contradictions and demanding accountability, he became a sort of de facto watchdog. This kind of consistent, principled critique, even when coming from a comedic source, can have what's known as a sleeper effect. Over time, the message, especially its core truths about hypocrisy or systemic flaws, gains greater resonance, detached from its initial entertainment label. People tend to remember the point, not just the punchline. A key aspect of Stewart's appeal, and potentially a strong point for leadership, is his ability to operate somewhat outside the usual in-group-out-group dynamics. By criticizing both Democrats and Republicans, he positions himself as an independent voice, appealing to those who are disillusioned with strict partisanship. Now, while some folks on the left have reacted negatively to his critiques of President Biden, this very willingness to punch up at both sides allows him to build a broader coalition of trust. He appeals to a common frustration with the system, rather than strictly adhering to a partisan identity. And that's a pretty rare quality in today's polarized environment. Many citizens feel a sense of learned helplessness when facing overwhelming political and corporate power, a feeling that their actions don't matter, that the system is unchangeable. Stewart, through his sharp analysis and passionate advocacy, validates this frustration but simultaneously provides an antidote. By clearly articulating the mechanisms of power and illustrating how even a comedian can hold powerful figures accountable, as seen in his advocacy work, he subtly empowers viewers to critically engage rather than disengage. He shows that the problems are understandable and, by extension, potentially solvable, which is a fundamental aspect of inspiring action. Consider Stewart's tenacious advocacy for 9/11 first responders and veterans suffering from burn pit exposure. For years, he hammered away at congressional inaction, directly confronting politicians, shaming them into supporting critical legislation. This wasn't satire. This was raw, passionate, and incredibly effective activism. Or observe his return to The Daily Show, where he immediately dissected the age and capabilities of both leading presidential candidates, eliciting a wide range of reactions across the political spectrum. These moments exemplify his commitment to holding power accountable, his ability to cut through political spin, and his willingness to challenge even those ostensibly on his side. So, what does Jon Stewart's unique influence tell us about the kind of leadership the Democratic Party, and perhaps the country, might need? It suggests a hunger for authenticity, for leaders who can articulate complex truths without condescension, and for figures who are not beholden to traditional political structures. His approach validates public frustration, but also offers a path toward critical engagement. If the Democratic Party were to embrace a leader with these traits, it could signal a shift towards a more direct, less overly managed political style, focusing on systemic issues and re-establishing trust through transparency and genuine accountability. Does Jon Stewart represent a viable pathway for the Democratic Party? Or is his power best confined to the realm of commentary? Share your thoughts on what qualities you believe are essential for political leadership in today's world. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to ioMatterz for more critical analysis of power, politics and psychology. We'll see you next time.